I'm going to say this one thing and we're going to move on.
I feel things.
We made a bet.
We did make a bet.
You are listening to the #1 podcast in the world, at least according to two people. Welcome to Absolutely Relative with Sam and Joel.
As you can tell, we are not recording this anywhere like a studio. We are literally just outside.
We're out in the woods.
We're doing this live.
We're doing this, it's literally live.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, because we're both alive and...
Oh, we are?
I might as well be in a simulation right now.
We are a simulation within a simulation.
Yeah, sorry to bring you out this late at night, Sam. I can see that it's already past your bedtime.
I'm a child.
You're a child, you sleep at 5
a.m.
a.m.
No, I sleep at either 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. There's no in between.
Yeah. That's very bad for you, Sam. You know, I learned yesterday, Sam, that it shrinks the part of your brain.
It's called the prefrontal cortex.
That thing. It shrinks that. You're the nerd. You know the actual title. you call me a nerd.
You're the one trying to bring up some quote-unquote scientific fact, but don't know which part of the brain it is.
Hey, I'm Indian. I have to at least try to live up to the stereotype. But you're Chinese, so that's...
Yeah, it's fair game. It's fair game.
Yeah, so the prefrontal cornea...
yes, that's precisely it.
That part of your brain shrinks when you don't get sleep. Are you getting enough sleep, Sam, by the way?
Sure. Let's say I'm getting sleep.
You're getting sleep. Enough is a...
relative term
that we cannot quantify in this very moment.
Precisely, you know.
Although there have been like arguments in the scientific...
If you want a serious answer, there are times when like I could sleep 14 hours a day, and there are days where I sleep like 1.
Yeah, because you're sleep debt, continuously repaying your debt.
Yeah, I gotta keep myself on my toes. Like shock the system. Don't never let it get too familiar with your surroundings. You gotta be aware. Stay frosty.
Always shock yourself. Always surprise yourself.
Always surprise yourself.
Yeah, it's like, oh, am I gonna take a right turn? No. I'm gonna take a right turn.
Exactly. You thought you were gonna go left.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. By the way, let's address
the elephant in the room.
There's no elephant in this room, but
there is an elephant in a room
somewhere.
Poor
elephant. He's existing in that room for the sake of this
metaphorical analogy.
Yeah, because
that's how it works.
I'm pretty sure there's an elephant in the room somewhere. I'm pretty sure
it's always 420 somewhere.
Life is giving literal lemons to somebody.
Who knows? Lemons might even grow on trees.
Yeah, they might. But I've never seen a lemon on a tree, so I can't say.
And I've never seen a tree on a lemon, so I shouldn't say either.
Yeah, we're both not experts on this topic. Yeah, yesterday it was kind of weird.
It was. Yes.
So for context, yesterday me and Sam were part of a talk, you may say.
A talk. We did talk yesterday.
We talked yesterday, but there was this person
who also talked.
Who's also talking to a large group of people.
Oh, so that's a talk too.
That apparently that's that's a talk. And this person was talking to this large group of people about counseling, about mental health, and like depression, anxiety. That's the context.
Are you familiar with these topics?
Partially, as I was listening to this person, I was like, I felt like I was an expert in a topic, sitting in front of like a 101 class on what depression or anxiety is.
Okay.
I kind of like zoned out halfway. You and I had a
fun time.
We made a bet.
We did make a bet. And we don't know if we either won or lost. That's the funny thing about our bets. Because we both bet on literally the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, we were not betting heads or tails on the coin. We both bet heads. So we don't know if we won or lost.
We're not sure if she's...
Hey, but I fulfilled my end of the deal. I made you a coffee. So...
And I have to tell you a joke.
Yeah, you've got to be funny.
Apparently that's how it works.
That's how betting works, right?
That's how betting works. So he has made me a coffee. In fact, He's got me 2 more coffees.
I did.
And now I have to tell him a joke. And you ready for this one?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Do I have a choice?
I don't think so, because we both bet on this, right? Thanks. Ooh.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you.
We've just been served. Slurp.
Ooh. Oh, damn. So, for those who are wondering, the reason why I'm commenting on this coffee is because I roasted this coffee, and yeah, the barista who's prepared it has made a pretty good brew.
Have you ever tried like really bad brews of your coffee?
Yeah, I make them all the time.
You make them all the time. Yeah, I'm sure you have to make them to test them.
I do.
Yeah, but have you ever had like another barista dial in
Badly?
Badly?
Yeah, but it's all, part of the process. So, if we think about it, it's not really bad. It's just on the way to good. So
You could say that about everything.
that's the delusion that I'm living in right now.
So you feel very proud of this barista.
One of the best things I've read on the internet is, that's where you read all the best things in the world.
Source of truth.
One of the questions that was being posed was, how do you get through life? The top answer was, just gaslight yourself. Tell yourself whatever happens, it's the universe testing you, and that it's all making you stronger at the end of the day. And I live by those words every day. Gaslight yourself.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna have that tattooed.
On your
Problems? Question mark.
gaslight yourself. Where are you gonna have it? On your face?
Forehead.
Forehead.
Yeah.
So like you'd have this fringe just covering your face.
Exactly. So when people talk, I just
You just sweep
swipe my hair.
and there's the answer.
There's the answer.
There's the
Gaslight yourself. So back to the joke.
Yeah. I'm supposed to tell you a joke. All right. Let me think of a joke on the spot, so at least like it's fresh.
You're the comedian here.
Apparently so. I'm licensed,
Oh.
I got like a certificate.
Yeah, you are professionally funny.
Every joke I make has to be funny, and if it's not funny,
It's your fault
it's not my fault. It's the person's fault for finding it.
not finding you funny. Yes.
That's exactly.
You are the comic here.
I am the comic.
You are the adjudicator of what is and what isn't funny.
Correct. Because the moment you make like your first stand-up set and you perform it, you get like all your best friends to come to that show, so you get more laughs than usual. You officially are a comedian. You determine what's funny and what's not. So I could say literally anything right now, and
I would have to laugh.
you would have to laugh.
It is by law required
It
of
is
me.
by law.
Not even just like laws of the country, but laws of the universe.
Yeah, for sure, dude. For sure. Here's the joke. It's coming, dude. So I was having dinner just now. For my dinner, I had like rice, gravy, and fries. And I had this creative idea to combine the 3 of them. And as soon as I combined it, a friend of mine was sitting next to me. And he was like, "Hey, look, you just made fried rice." Hey, that was the joke.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
I fulfilled my quota of laughing.
You're welcome, dude. You're welcome.
I feel things.
That goes on to show all the
Just
things.
how funny you are. That is the depth of your comedic genius.
Correct. I make you think, make you go deep down into your soul and like regurgitate all those emotions that were like dead. Would you say like this has brought forth a lot more emotions than you realize?
Sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah. Do you know like the prefrontal cortex shrinks when you don't get enough sleep?
I think you've mentioned this.
Like how further can it shrink? Can it shrink to a point of like, you now have reached a point in your life where you no longer have a prefrontal cortex?
I think the most important thing to realize here is that for something to shrink, it has to be there to begin with. You can't shrink something that's not there. So the answer to your brain problems is to not have a brain.
Would you exist without your brain?
Here's the thing, right? I literally have a tattoo that says no brain, no pain.
Oh, okay.
And if you don't believe me,
dang, I didn't. Oh yeah, correct. Yeah, I remember this one. Sorry, we're making such visual references on an audio
podcast, and this is precisely the medium by which we should continue making these references.
Correct.
Okay, before he continues,
go.
So we're both recording this on our phones, and
yep.
I not only have a tattoo of that on my arm, but at the back of my phone, if you were to see, there's a sticker on it that literally says the same thing.
No brain, no. I'm a very good friend.
Yeah, he notices everything. And like, I don't need to tell him what tattoos or stickers I have on me at any point in time.
I just know.
He just knows.
I just feel it. I'm like, ooh, there's more ink to blood ratio has gone up in this body, and then I just detect it. That's how close me and Sam are. But in reality, he's shown me that tattoo like 6 times now, and I
totally forget
every time. Or probably I just never read it, because I think in my head I just interpreted that as no pain, no gain. But then why would there be a brain in the middle of the tattoo?
I would think that he knows me enough that I wouldn't tattoo some mainstream bullshit ass.
You're too fancy for that, bro.
Yeah.
You're too like.
I'm too cool for.
You're too cool
for school.
Actually, you're probably the only person in my life when something becomes cool, you go the other way.
Yeah. It ain't cool if it's cool.
Because you want to be like one step ahead of cool.
More like one step away from cool.
One step away from cool. No, because this reminds me of the conversation I was having with a friend. I think it was you as well. Where we were talking about how feminism back in the day was created to give more opportunities to women, and like now a lot of women are abusing or misusing that term. Like there are people who are using it for constructive purposes, like getting the jobs that they want, but then there's also people who are exploiting that pathway. Mm-hmm. But then like that was the trend ongoing for a while. Mm-hmm. But now the trend is to be traditional, like do the whole like.
We did have this conversation.
Yeah, to go back and be like the person that stays at home, cooks in the kitchen, and like is now the cool thing to do.
The whole thing about like alternative culture is just being contrarian to whatever is mainstream.
Exactly. So I feel like that's you in a nutshell.
That's me in a nutshell. Yeah. Yeah. It's like you see this like big ass dude with like cute ass tattoos, and I don't know why I do this. I've got permanent head damage.
Oh yeah, PhD, amazing brother.
PhD's nuts.
Oh my God, he just did it. That's a mainstream joke. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I'm saying it ironically, so.
So when it's ironic, it's cool.
It's cool.
Oh, if that argument could be applied to everything.
It's why I'm ironically a Swiftie.
Oh, you don't like Taylor Swift?
None of her like newer stuff, but like her old shit, like that country shit.
Like I knew you were trouble when you walked in, or even before.
Like that? Love story.
Okay, it's a love story. What was your like?
You belong with me. Yeah, that's the shit. That's the bomb.
The irony is very evident right now. What was your artist like growing up?
Putting me on the spot here.
I have one.
Yeah?
I definitely have one artist that I like. This is the person that is responsible for like my early teens all the way.
Bruno Mars?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. See, I'm the good friend. I'm the good friend.
Yeah, Bruno Mars is the one guy. All right. We've got another round of coffee.
This is a pink bourbon.
Pink bourbon? I like my bourbons pink. I wouldn't have them any other way.
Yeah, they're a good pick. Pink's always a good pick.
Where's the origin from?
Colombia. Typically, we see pink bourbons, like 80% of the time it's Colombia.
Yeah, so what is your artist that you grew up with?
Probably a lot of emo shit. Even then, like, I barely did like a lot of mainstream. I did listen to them. Like I liked a lot of like MCR and stuff like that. But I think the band that I've binged the most, I probably would have to say, is like The Main. Yeah, and
never heard.
Yeah, I pretty much could have guessed you've never heard.
Because when you say emo, I think about like
MCR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But MCR.
Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, Fall Out Boy is like another emo. artists that like
Paramore.
when I was growing up, that was like
Yeah. You've probably heard a couple of the more famous the main songs. Like there's a couple that's like that usually came out on rotation for alternative radio, but then like kind of like just went down the spiral of all their discography, and that's pretty much what I got into.
What's alternative radio?
It's radio for alternative music.
Because when you say alternative, I was like, do they alternate the music from?
Yeah. The waves are like in a different wavelength, alternating with the regular mainstream radio.
Instead of a sine wave, it's a
cosine wave.
Cosine wave or a tan wave.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're the expert here, dude. I'm just here to say dumb stuff, and you're here to fix it. Why are they okay? By the way, they're serving us coffee in these like tiny little shot glasses. I feel like I have to like just freaking down them.
Oh, you don't have to. You
Like,
could.
Memories of my past are just coming down right now. I was like, shots.
This is a recovering alcoholic's version of addiction.
Oh yeah, dude. You're basically immune to this stuff
Yeah.
with how much coffee you work with.
Yeah. Although I do find the amount of caffeine that I take is becoming a problem. I've developed not only a desensitivity to it, but like a dependency on it as well these days. Like I need like at least 2 coffees to get me going, and that's just like bare minimum.
Do you act like a drug addict when you're like coming out of your room and like just freaking twitching until you get your first?
No, I probably wouldn't say like I've got like really, really bad withdrawals in those, but it's definitely like enough for me to be like, I'm thinking about having a coffee, like when I'm waking up. And to me, that's a problem. Like the fact that my mind's being occupied with seeing when I can get my coffee fix is a problem.
Okay. At what point should I be worried?
When it's like, I guess probably when I'm like, dude, I need my coffee. Like when I'm constantly making complaints like that.
Okay.
Probably when I need an intervention.
Okay.
By then.
How does it feel, by the way, to have an occupation that you enjoy but also silently kills you on the side?
Great. That's the goal to begin with.
We're all inching closer to death anyway. Why not?
Why not just race to the finish, you know?
Race to the finish line. Why be hesitant on your pursuit?
Yeah.
Like I think there was this one.
This is such a happy podcast.
This is amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I remember a Louis C.K. joke. Oh, I mean, I don't know if he's still canceled. I know he got canceled. I don't know if he's back. But I remember something he said, which is he just made a joke. He went on stage and he was like, "Oh, can we just get done with life already? Like, how many more years are there?"
Great joke, by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
Hilarious.
He told it way better than I did.
I thought you the professional comic here.
I am. But Louis C.K. is professionaler.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's tiers of that's
professionalizing. So
that's the word.
Like if I'm like
professional,
he's like the professionaler. There's the professionalist.
Right.
I haven't put someone there yet. Some days I feel like that. I mean, how many more years are there? Like how many more years do I have to keep surviving before I'm like, okay, I've done everything that I want to do.
Oh, I'm there.
Oh yeah,
I'm there. I've done everything that I want to do. I mean, you see, okay, it's weird, right? Like, it's not that I'm unhappy with where I'm at, but like also don't feel that drive to push that much further.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's because of me, myself, my inner drive and motivation, or is it, being in my work environment, the people around me. I mean, if I were around similarly driven people, I might be more motivated myself, maybe. But yeah, being in like a semi-corporate place where your thing is the side piece to everything else.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, not the most motivating place to be in.
Oh, you would think.
You would think.
Know? The corporates of the world do have a point.
Yeah, money is king.
money needs to be made. So like no matter how much you're passionate about something, like
if you're not making money,
at some point if you're not making money with it,
you're not gonna pay the bills with passion.
Yeah, I wish passion paid bills.
I'd be broke still.
Because you wouldn't have enough passion to pay the bills.
Yeah.
Oh.
So whichever case, I'm still a broke ass person.
Hey, being broke is great because you don't become a rich jerk. You stay a poor jerk.
Right. Yeah. That's A perk?
Because you never want to be the guy who's like
a rich jerk.
Yeah, because when you're a rich jerk, you're like, I'm a jerk, I'm a rich one, and that means like I feel like I deserve to be a jerk.
Right.
And I am validated in my jerkfulness.
Okay.
But when you're a poor jerk,
you get to be a jerk.
It's baseless jerkness. It's like you're a jerk, but you're actually doing yourself no good by being one. You're poor.
And you want to be a poor jerk.
Because that makes you look like a better human being.
Right.
Because you're like, hey, the jerk life chose me. I didn't choose the jerk life. No. That means that you chose the jerk life, regardless of your circumstance. I don't know what I'm saying.
This is why you're the comic and I'm the coffee roaster.
We should probably retitle this podcast The Comic and the Coffee Roaster, where you make amazing coffee and I just make terrible jokes.
Anything that you interact with is funny.
Because I am a comic.
Yeah.
It has to be.
What else could it be?
Yeah, that's my pronoun. I identify
as ha.
Yes. The more you say it, the better. I've been doing acting lately.
You have?
Ooh, I got another
Unfortunately,
gig.
I haven't managed to see any of your shows. Because I totally wanted to, but just got busy. And not because I'm making excuses not to see your show.
I'm a fantastic actor. Can you tell?
You're acting every day. You act funny.
I act... Yeah. You might think that we have better things to do in our life.
But we don't.
No. You would be wrong to make that assumption that is truly fair as a person who probably doesn't know us and listening to us for the first time. But you would be wrong. We actually have nothing better to do.
Why do you think we're podcasters?
Yeah, we have opinions that we, for some reason, can't keep to ourselves, and we must share to the world
because our opinion matters,
and it is It is the correct opinion to have.
All right, that's your other identification.
That's that too. Yeah, that's my other pronoun. I am the correct person in everything. So no matter what it is, as long as it comes out of my mouth, it is correct. And even if it isn't, it becomes correct. Here's a topic of conversation that I want to introduce.
Didn't we start off this conversation with wanting to tackle about mental health, but we went so far away to...
Were we going to tackle mental health?
You were talking about us being at the talk yesterday.
Oh yeah, that happened yesterday. Yeah. I think we've concluded that part.
Oh yeah, we probably did.
I think we concluded it by saying that
there is no conclusion and we're all going to die.
Yeah.
Cool.
Moving on. And I want to have this conversation on the record because I feel like this is something that could benefit others, and it doesn't get talked about enough.
I'm glad that we chose to decide the part of our podcast where it will benefit other people to be.
It's like right
at the end after all that nonsense that was what was the past half an hour or so.
This could be like the trailer. And then they tune and they have to listen through all that until they're like, this is the one that I came for.
The old clickbait.
The old clickbait, brother. This is the part of the podcast where people are going to get most of the value.
And I'm glad we're still waffling on about it and not actually going into it.
We do this a lot.
We do this a lot.
Okay, here's the deal. Okay, I'm going to just say this one thing. And we're going to move on to the topic. We recorded an episode before this.
No, we didn't.
We did.
No, we did not.
That was meant to be the second episode.
No, part 3 of episode 1.
Yes, it was supposed to be part 3 of episode 1. But if you're a normal human being, it's episode 2. If you don't have the context to understand that reference, it's episode 2. Because we firmly believe that at this very moment in our podcast history, you don't care about us enough to go back and listen to episode 1. So, we recorded an episode 2, and that was perhaps one of, as I was recording it, I felt that this is one of the most boring, dog shit, uninteresting, cheap, and pointless conversations I've ever had with Sam. And we've had many conversations.
And this is probably one, top 10 worst conversation.
And it was recorded for all of history to be ashamed of. And
thankfully, we did not post that conversation.
Maybe one day,
if we get big enough that people want to hear how we started off and how shit we were, yeah, maybe.
That is a perfect example of how shit we are. Because by listening to this so far, you know that we will release shit to the world.
Are we capable of anything else aside shit? That's the question.
Exactly.
Right?
We will post
absolute dog shit.
You know that. You've heard this podcast until this point. I don't know why. But you know that we will post absolute dog shit.
If you already think this is dog shit, just imagine how much worse it could get.
Yeah.
And then double that.
This is dog shit that we were so shameful that we didn't even want to post. That's how dog shit
and
that
we
is.
have no shame. We've got no self-respect, no sense of shame.
What is it? I don't even know.
Absolute worthless pieces of shit.
Yes.
And we chose not to.
And now let's get back onto the topic.
Thanks for listening, I guess. Okay, bye. Live your life.